Turns out angry neighbor's still angry, but we got a solution. Stay tuned for the end of the video where we make an offer. It shouldn't be refused. Game of Trees, we're making it right.
The tree is two separate stems. They originate out of the ground with decay on the buttress right here on this one, a little bit on that one. And the whole issue was, oh, this is one tree. Yes, it's one tree genetically, but it's two independent stems. They're supporting each other independently. So here's an example of two stems that grew up very close to each other, closer than the ones in the example that we're talking about. But a similar situation where ultimately if they get close enough, they'll try to graft together. But you can see this existing crack that goes all the way up, and there's included bark in between. So these two stems would, in their natural environment, be mostly supporting themselves independently. There's not really a graft between them. Now in this case, they've been cabled together. I don't know if you can see up there. There's two cables that are connecting these two stems, and they've been that way for 20 years. So if for some reason this side was destroyed and was going to be removed right to here, because there's those cables up there, this could definitely fall over the next day, because for 20 years it hasn't been supporting itself. They've been working completely together. But in the case at hand, this maple stem is separate. They've been standing independently of one another for a long time. And it's not like this situation where I'd have to worry about it falling over the next day. They're supporting each other independently. So this has a buttress root right here. Right here is a buttress root on this stem. So this buttress root comes out and is supporting it. Maybe. And so it's still standing, and we got this side is not growing, so it died. But the root plate, the whole idea that the root plate's going to come out of the ground is completely unfounded. What holds the ground, the roots in the ground, is the ground, not the weight of the other tree. It's simply.
You have too many people telling you you're an idiot, or what?
No. How you doing today? No?
That's how you get your rocks off?
I'm just answering questions.
Yeah, I would just move on.
Well, I'm on public property right here.
In this town.
So we're got the you can see around the base of this tree there's no swelling or any movement of soil whatsoever. It's firmly in place. The idea that you're going to take this weight off and all of a sudden the other side's just going to fall off is unfounded. It's simply held in ground by the ground itself. So if we got saturated soils and a wind out of the east, this is east this way, this is west, so our prevailing winds from the south and the west are basically holding this tree up. This is a codominant stem right up here, above the ground, where they share the same xylem. So if this branch is taken off, decay would go down into this stem. You know, these are not joined at the ground. The decay that's occurring here is not directly affecting this. This living active stem that's still alive is going to keep roots alive out into this area because, you know, the root base is connected. And so this living stem is more likely to keep roots alive out here than this dead stem is going to affect this other side. So at any rate, just some things to consider, you know, when taking it down. Obviously, you know, we took it down right to the line. It's actually still over the line a little bit. He thought the line went beyond the garage. We've got 3 property lines here. So between these houses, I'm standing about at the corner of the property. So when our lift was set up right here at the side of the garage, we had one little outrigger out here that was probably over this line. But this line comes right up here to the sidewalk and then goes straight over here behind the garage here. So is the situation.
Yeah, I was doing some reflecting on our most recent interaction. Man, bitterness is like a pill you eat expecting someone else to die. You know, it's poison. And I don't hold a grudge well, and I don't want people holding grudges against me. So, you know, I've got values in my company. One is extreme ownership. You know, I can own this thing. I possess the ability to bring closure to this. And after this interaction, I think it's worthy of closure. And so I have offered in writing to take down that tree, remove the stump, backfill, plant grass, and plant another tree, you know, somewhere in the yard, the right tree in the right place that will bring value to the home and bring closure to this. And that's within my ability to do. And I've offered that. And so hopefully, you know, we can shake hands on this thing and put it in the past. Because, you know, there's value in the discussion. There's value in these scenarios come up all the time in tree care. You know, trees on borders. And so it's got value, but it's time to let it go. So with that, it's Game of Trees. We like to have fun, but we like to do things that mean something as well. So there's my offer. It's standing. Take care. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
You're playing the game of trees.